Hey everyone, Brian Balon here, and it's a bittersweet day. One, it's an exciting day because today this home that I'm in is closing, and all the lender is funding the loan, and everything's all set to go. It just needs to close and be recorded for the deed transfer. But it's bittersweet because today is the day that I also lose the home I grew up in, and in a sense, our family is losing the home that we grew up in. So, sad day. I want to do a walkthrough, talk about some memories that I've had in this home, and just go from there. So, let's take the tour one last time. So, I'm in the laundry room right now, and as you can see, one fond memory I have actually, me and my brother and sister, we all were upstairs, and we had one of these little laundry chute, and we would throw our laundry down here, and it would make it really easy for us, really for my parents to do our laundry, because it landed right here. The basket would be put basically right on top of the washer dryer, and all our laundry would be right there, and it'd just be as easy as throwing it in. So I remember that we used to talk about going down that chute, like actually going down it ourselves. And it actually is probably possible, but actually no, you need more room. Good thing we didn't do it as kids, because we would have gotten hurt real bad. We would have thought we could support ourselves and go down slowly, but you can't extend your arms enough so that you can control your descent. So, good call. Good thing we didn't do it. But I'm here today to talk about it. So we obviously didn't get hurt that bad in growing up, and in fact, not doing things like that. If we did all the things that we thought about as kids, these ideas, these great ideas we had, we'd probably not be here. This is the master bedroom, and in this master bedroom, we used to have a queen bed right here, like kind of in the center of the room. And my brother and I would jump on it all the time. All the time. And my parents didn't like it, but that bed held its ground. That thing did not break, and just took the harassment that my brother and I put on it. But it was fun. We used to wrestle a lot. We were in the WWE or WWF at the time. So we would wrestle, suplex each other under the bed, power bomb, choke slam, all that stuff. Yeah, we thought we were cool. Doing the moves was kind of fun though too. Probably can't do that crap anymore, but yeah, good. Yeah, when you're younger, you could do a lot of stuff. Not that I'm that much older, but I wouldn't want to get suplexed onto a bed anymore. Just wouldn't be my forte. All right, so I'm in the master bath. Yeah, I really enjoyed using this bathroom. I never used a tub. This tub was not part of my thing, but yeah, it's there. Actually, funny story about this tub. My brother and I, a lot of memories with my brother, we would fill this thing up with water. And we were smaller people back then, so we could both fit in here. And we'd fill it up to about, pretty much as high as we could get it. And we would like to go underwater and, just kind of hold our breath and stuff like that. One day, we we got these snorkels, and they were like really, like toy store snorkels that are just, they go up maybe 6 inches, but you can use them. They're just pipes, basically plastic pipes that you can get air from up top. So we would try them, but my dad would sit next to us, and we would go underwater so we could use them. And my dad would put his finger on top of the opening of the snorkel, so we'd breathe, and then we wouldn't get any air. So this sound of would happen, and we'd come up to my dad cracking up laughing because of the sound it made, but also because we couldn't get any air. I don't know why that's so funny, but and we knew, like I think my brother and I knew that he was doing it for fun, but we would just keep going underwater so he would do it again. It was pretty funny. So yeah, it's good times there. This was the toilet of choice. This, for some reason, this is my favorite bathroom to use. This is my favorite toilet to use in the house. And it still is. When I lived here as an adult, I would only use this one. I wouldn't even use the guest one. So even if I just needed to go quickly, you know what I mean? I would use this one. So I don't know. This room, it's got its own room. I like that. Some homes they don't. Some homes they don't have this door. They don't have a door, so it's just one area. I don't like that. I don't care if I'm married one day. I would still want my own door. That just better for me. But I like that, and probably later in life would want to do a door for my master bedroom or master bathroom toilet. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This closet. A lot of memories with this closet. This closet is a place where my brother and I would spend a lot of time. Actually, I don't know, for some reason we would, or at least I would spend a lot of time. And we would play hide and seek here. We would actually, you know what? Sometimes when I was growing up, we had me and my friends growing up, all us kids. We would use our closets like this for hangout meetings. I don't know what it was about closets. But we would hang out in the closet, have these like clubs, and I remember one time we used to do like we went political. Had a president and a vice president, a secretary, all this stuff, and you know, as kids you come up with interesting things. But we would have our meetings in there, basically just hang out in the closet. I don't know, I couldn't tell you why we thought that was cool, but that's a memory I have of that closet. I think a couple times we use it for that. Otherwise, it's good storage. It's a lot of storage actually, more than the average, but it's a nice way to utilize the space of the staircase. So there's that. Here's the front door, and not too many stories about the front door, to be honest with you. I think the front door, growing up, I think I remember most is not wanting to get robbed or broken in. And I think I was terrified of getting broken into, so this was always the saving grace for me, this door. As long as nobody went through it, we were fine. Yep. This is the living room. You can see the living room here. And not too many memories here when I was growing up. I remember my grandma, she used to babysit a next door neighbor's daughter who was basically infant, and we would hang out. She would watch her here in this area, so we'd hang out, and my grandma would take care and feed and all that kind of stuff, and we would just kind of hang out. And not too many memories here. Huh. Not too many memories here either, actually, now that I think about it. This is the formal dining room. Of course, that chandelier was not there, that lighting fixture, but we installed that a couple months ago. But yeah, just not too many. Maybe a holiday kind of thing, a holiday dinner, 2, 3. Nothing too memorable. In fact, we probably used their actual just regular dining, not formal dining for that. So there's that. This is the family room, and the family room is where we have a lot of memories, because we used to have a TV back here in this wall, and we'd watch TV here, we'd have movies here, we did a lot of hanging out here. This was a main room. We used to have a computer over here in this corner, so there's a lot of stuff that happened here. One memory I have, I was sitting down on the ground, like right here. Sitting on the ground, and we were watching wrestling, actually, WWE, and the whole, basically everyone but my parents, my sister, brother, it was my aunt, my grandma, and my cousins. And I was watching here, and I was so into the match that I wasn't paying attention to what was going on around me. And all of a sudden I feel this stinging on my leg. And it just started burning real fast. I was like, what was going on? And I looked down and it's a scorpion hanging on my leg. So I get up and I'm 13 years old. I have no idea what to do, but it just starts burning. And I get up and I'm like, I start screaming like crazy. And my grandma gets mad at my brother or somebody because she thought we were wrestling, but I actually just got stung by a scorpion. So I'm sitting here, I'm feeling this burning sensation in my leg, and I'm freaking out. I think I'm poisoned. I didn't think it was that bad, but I was really dramatic, and I was like yelling, screaming. And, my grandma, she understood what was going on, my aunt understood what was going on. My grandma was old school. She used like vinegar and rubbed it on my leg and all this stuff. And I don't know if that actually helped, but I did feel better after a little bit. And I probably didn't get stung. It just seemed like that. I probably just got pinched because it just went away. It just hurt for a little bit and it was gone. So, but scorpion, yeah, I've at least been attacked by a scorpion and have that memory in this spot. One of my more fond memories, another grandma. Grandma lived with us for a little bit. Another grandma story was in this kitchen. And there was, my grandma she loved to cook fish and things like that. She had like a fryer, fried fish. She loved that stuff. And she would do it right outside, right here in the patio area. And right to the side here. And of course she would leave this open, just cracked just a little bit, or something like that. We could smell the fish smell from the whole house, but to us it smelled good because, we knew fried fish. My grandma made bomb fried fish. But this entire kitchen got filled up with flies. And I remember standing right here in this position. This is the view I had. And she came from this side right here. She came in this way and then down the middle. And flies were everywhere, absolutely everywhere. And must have been at least 20, flies in here. And my grandma was, doing the slap, the hitting thing and, getting a couple of them. And then eventually she just had it. So she's like, I'll be back. And she walks off and she's got this walk, this old walk where it's like, she's kind of walking, like grandma does. And she comes back with a homemade fly swatter. I mean, it was like Tupperware taped to a clothes hanger. And, and she turns this corner right here. She turns this corner and I see her. And she proceeds to walk through this place and just starts swatting things left and right. And I see flies drop to the ground. I'm not even kidding you. She was dropping flies. Every swing she was hitting one. And she wasn't even looking. She was just looking straight ahead and flinging these flies. And they were dropping. I mean, by the time she walked through like 2 or 3 times, they were gone. There were flies swarming everywhere. And by the time she was done, there was no flies left. Or maybe 1 or 2 that came in after. So she was business. But I just remember that's legendary. My grandma's legendary at killing flies. And bumped up in my respects a little bit. So remember here in this kitchen, I ate a lot of meals, a lot of food. I remember one time, I don't know why this sticks out of my memory, but I just was so hungry one day or something. Maybe it was a growth spurt. But I just kept eating, and I was eating I ate like about 45 minutes after everybody was done. I mean, I started at the same time, and I ate 45 minutes. I kept getting food, more food, more food. And I could have kept eating, but I decided to stop because I just realized, like, why I'm eating, this is just taking so long. I'm not getting full. So yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, I just remember eating a bunch of food and I just was still hungry for, even though I was eating. So that was interesting. And I'm realizing that most of the time that I spent was upstairs. So we're gonna go upstairs. And this staircase here, we did a lot of things with this staircase. Hanging from this thing. I don't want to hang from it now. I'm not as, probably couldn't do it, or wouldn't want to damage anything. Yeah, but we used to slide down this thing. We used to, like use this as like a, these rails as like a jail thing or whatnot. Yeah. Oh, one cool story. We used to, this carpet wasn't here before, but it was carpet prior. And we used to use these stairs. You can see these stairs. We used to put blankets. We would layer blankets on top of this thing and then secure them with weights. For some reason, we had like 10-pound dumbbells and like 5-pound dumbbells. So we'd secure these blankets on top and we would slide down it. Yeah, the stairs. And the idea was that you would just slide down from edge to edge to edge, keep your body straight, but the blankets would bridge the gap between these two. And you know what? It actually worked. We were able to slide down and do it over and over again. But it's tile down there. It was tile when we were doing it. But we would put a bunch of pillows and cushions down there so it wouldn't hurt as bad. We used to play golf, and we called this the front nine, and we called this the back nine. The back nine was like not as great as the front nine. We used most of the blankets on the front nine so that the back nine was lame. And we only used the back nine because we felt sorry for the back nine, so we used it every once in a while. We spent most of our time on the front nine. But yep, we used to do that one time. Oh yeah, there's a chip down there on the tile, and it's still there to this day, but it's filled a little bit, but not very well. But we would put these dumbbells, and one time one of the dumbbells flew off, and it went down into the tile, and it chipped the tile. My dad comes home through the front door, and instantly goes, "Who did this?" He noticed it right away, and he's the one that installed the tile, so he can tell when things are off. He goes, "Who did this?" We said, "It just fell off." And my dad said, "Okay, stop doing that then. That's enough." Oh, we had to disband. We had to disband our golf course, which was basically a makeshift slide. Ooh, we would slide on this thing too. This was more dangerous for me. I probably did it once or twice, but this one I was way down for. So, yep, right there. Didn't feel like I was gonna fall too far if I did. So, yep, stairs, sliding down the stairs. Here's that chute I was talking about. The chute. Yep. And, actually, this thing was handy, pretty handy in its time. This closet, we didn't use this closet that much for some reason. I mean, it had towels and stuff like that, but, didn't use it for much anything else. This bathroom, I almost never used. This toilet, didn't like it. I don't know, it just felt dirty. It just was dirty all the time. We didn't clean this bathroom. I think that's one thing. And then, we never cleaned it. And my parents never cleaned it because they're never up here really. So we just never used it. Or didn't use it. I can probably count the number of times I took a shower on one hand in this shower, and maybe the amount of times I've used this toilet in like two hands. So didn't really use this bathroom even though it was really close. If I were to, I could probably see myself using it now, but I just was never a fan of this bathroom. I don't know why, but yeah, it's what it is, I guess. But it is nicer, countertops now. So there's that. And this was my brother's room. And let's get some light in here. And then my brother's room, he had the smallest room, I think. Yeah, he had the smallest room. And yeah, we used to play video games in here. His bed was here on this side, and then we would set up the video game console here, at least for one party. And then I remember one time he drew something like in his class, and he taped it on top of his ceiling, and it was like said something like the bean turned into an airplane, something like that. And we had a party, like kids family parties, and the kids I grew up with were just bagging on him. What are what are you talking about? Being turned into an airplane, dude. What's wrong with all that stuff? And I think he took it down after that. This is my sister's room. She typically gets the biggest room, and I don't have a problem with that for sure. But yeah, this is the biggest room upstairs, and grandma and my sister would spend time in this room. My grandma lived in this room too, actually, for a while while she was here. And yeah, honestly, not too many memories here. I think one time I sat in here with my sister, my grandma, and I waited for my mom to come home. And I think this had the best vantage point of the street. And I called my mom and said, "When are you coming home?" And she said, "Oh, I'm heading home now." And I counted all the cars that it took for her to get here. It was like 375 cars before she came out. So, yeah. And the last room of them all is my room. And actually, if you think about this, that is an attic entryway. I never went up there. I didn't have a ladder, or I didn't have a chair. Never was interested in actually going up there, but yeah, there's that. I had the attic, and this is actually the second biggest room. Yeah, but there's a lot of memories in here. I mean, I had sleepovers with cousins, with friends. I used to have a TV right here, on this corner, and my bed was a pull-out. It was two beds. It was one bed up top and a pull-out bed below. Yeah, and would have my clothes and stuff over here, and yeah, there's a ton of memories, I guess. I think yeah, there's a lot, and remember that street being loud, real loud. Yeah, now I think about it, there's a couple interesting things. I remember one summer, it was 8th grade. Actually, summer after I graduated at 8th grade, there was I was playing golf tournaments, and after these tournaments, which started like 6, 7 in the morning because it was hot in the summer, I would come back home and just drop to the bed because I was so tired. But I remember like taking these 3-hour naps and then feeling so good after them. And apparently that's like, I remember like a couple times where I would sleep and I felt different. Like, this is going to sound weird, but I actually felt like I was growing. And I graduated 8th grade like that May, like 5'0", or like maybe even 4'11", 5 foot, something like that. And then by the time they took your weight and height when I first got into high school, and I was 5'5", so I grew 5 inches over the summer. So it probably was happening, but I probably should have taken more naps, because about a month and a half in, I decided I'm not going to take any more naps. And I should have. I might have gotten a couple more inches, but yeah, who knows? But yeah. Oh man, so many memories here. But it's time to let go. I mean, I know right now I've lived in so many different places. I've lived in houses, I've lived in townhomes, I've lived in apartments, I've lived in dorms, I've lived in nicer apartments, I've lived in not so nice apartments, and this is just one step. And I have a affirmation myself that, and believe that anytime that I lose something, there's something to be gained. And letting go of this house is going to be kind of tough, because a lot of solid memories, but it's time. So yeah, make it happen. I think if I had to really think about it, I'll miss this place. I don't spend a lot of time here. I did live here as an adult for a while, but I really don't feel like I'm gonna miss it a whole lot. You know, I'll miss the ability to come in here, but I think there's something big that's coming up the way. You know, something that's gonna be a lot more lucrative or a lot more opportunistic or something along those lines. And I'm just holding out for that. You know, what's not of letting go of this, what is the thing that I can receive? And I think that is going to be exciting to figure out. Actually, I'm gonna take you to the backyard because I forget about the backyard. There's a lot of memories in the backyard. So the backyard is, I mean, it actually looked way better than this before. But and actually too, there's doing construction back here. They're just doing that. I mean, this house my parents had owned when it was built 1996, and it's being sold in 2017. So 21 years of ownership between the family. I took over in December 2011, but yeah. So now there used to be this nice skyline back there. Even before that, it was a lot for a church. That church was torn down, and they built a community back there, a gated community. So I remember one time when I learned to skateboard. I was a skater back then when I was 13, 14, 12, 13, 14. And had a grind rail, and I would learn how to do tricks out here. I remember I could do grinds on the rail. I could, board slide, all these kind of things. But so that was a cool memory on this. I would put it down here somewhere and be out with my friend and do that here in the backyard. I remember putting it in the grass one time, the rail, before I learned how to do things. And I had the courage enough to get on the rail. I did a board slide, and the board just slipped out right under me because my weight was too far back. And I fell like head first to the ground. And I just laid there. And good thing it was grass, because that would have been rough. Long story short, a lot of good memories here. A lot of memories that I won't remember. Actually, it's best in reminiscing, because when I have my brother and sister and my dad and my mom, we usually come up with a lot of memories together. So, it is bittersweet again. And yeah, just really, it's time to move on, time to move forward. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll buy this house down the road again if the market turns and this is being sold. But yeah, it's only a place to stay for a little bit. Getting all sentimental, but I guess it's appropriate. The last day. This is the closing day. So yeah, I guess that's it. If I had any memories as an adult here, I had roommates, so we did a lot of stuff. We had family times, where we would do it here in the living room. Just talk about how things are going, chat about things, chat about life, and meals, and any kind of talks or hangouts we'd have would be out here in the kitchen. But didn't actually have cable, not really into that stuff, so I don't watch TV, Netflix. I mean, sometimes if I'm watching it with people, but overall, yeah, that's pretty much it, my friends. And it's a very DIY type of documentary, 24 minutes worth of tour, but hope it is memorable for the family, especially. So that's it. So we are signing off. Hope you guys are having a good one, and hope to keep you updated on this journey that we call life.